Hey guys!
I'm Sarah.
I'm Kaitlyn.
And we are
your best friends. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. We are going to be having some girl talk about a very interesting topic. Are you spending too much time with your boyfriend?
It's not spoken about. I've never heard this topic being addressed. Yet here we are, a lot of us in relationships, getting into conflict. We're not knowing how to move forward. We're confused. Like, is this normal? Is this not normal? Is this too much time? Do we not spend enough time? What's normal? I think it's going to be a blessing to your life because this is just such a real topic. It's one of those nitty gritty, so let's get into this video because I know you're craving the answers.
And don't forget to like and subscribe, baby.
Yep. We are your best friends, so join the family. It's only going to get better from here on out.
There is no right or wrong amount of time to be spending with your boyfriend, but it has to do with actual quality of the time that you're spending with your boyfriend, what you're doing when you're with your boyfriend,
what your relationship looks like right now, what fruits is your relationship bearing in your life and in his life. So if we don't think about what's going on right now, then most likely things don't get better. They kind of decline or die.
What are some signs, do you think, that we're spending too much time with our boyfriends?
Yeah, a lot of conflict, and this conflict isn't even about big necessary things. We're talking
fighting about nothing.
Falling into physical temptations, right? For some of you, maybe you guys have sex a lot because you have nothing better to do. For others, it's you go a little past your own personal boundary and his personal boundary. It's because you're just laying around doing nothing. Another one, for me, it's that you start to feel sad and a little bit depressed because you're giving up so much of your time that you could be doing something valuable or something to further your own life, but instead you're trading it in for nothing time, and it leaves you emptier once you get back to your house.
Are you not spending as much time with your friends anymore, quality time with your friends? And now there's a difference because some friends might say oh, you're spending too much time with your boyfriend.
They're a little jealous. That's different.
If you have multiple friends coming to you and saying where have you been, why haven't we seen you, we want you to hang out, or you notice you're canceling on people a lot to hang out with your boyfriend,
also take another step and say, why are you spending so much time? Is it because you're scared you're going to lose him? Is it because all of a sudden you've created this dependency on him? So that's not the healthiest feeling.
If you're feeling a little bit of pressure, I want to hang out with my friends, but I don't want to say no to him. It's no, your relationship should have a nice, healthy balance, and he should kind of be understanding when you want to.
Yes.
That's kind of a red flag.
Exactly. I don't want to say your boyfriend should, but he kind of should support you hanging out with your friends, your family. He should. Yes.
One more symptom is that you might be forsaking your any personal responsibilities simply because you were spending nothing time with your boyfriend. If you have school, or you have passions that you want to work on, or you have something that you're supposed to be doing and you notice that you're falling behind in whatever it is, that's not a good sign, because that means that you're not even getting quality time, you're getting distracting time. And
that also means you are neglecting what is important for you. A healthy relationship, a good relationship, and one that is going to last a lifetime is composed of two healthy individuals. And so if you, my friend, are neglecting yourself for him, that's not healthy. Doesn't matter how much two people get along, they both need to stand firm in who they are. God put little passions in your heart. It would be sad to become dependent on somebody and to give all your time to somebody else and neglect the gifts, the talents, the skills, and the dreams that you possibly once had, because maybe you're allowing this dude to fill in your insecurities. Maybe you finally got a good guy, and so now, in order to not lose him, in order to keep the relationship fun, in order to show him that you really care, you're giving him everything, and that's not healthy. You need to stand on your feet and say, I'm secure, I know who I am. If he leaves me because I'm doing my life and what I love to do, then it wasn't meant to be.
Some girls might watch this video and start to realize that maybe their relationship itself isn't the healthiest, and that's for you to decide. Does your boyfriend appreciate you being your independent self and you hanging out with friends and you going off and chasing your dreams, going after your passions and doing your own thing? Or does he discourage you from doing that because
it might not even be an upfront discouragement. It might be this little like guilt comment or this, or wanting you to stay home.
Yeah, why don't you hang out with me?
I wish you wouldn't, but okay. You know,
That's like a little warning sign if that's happening in your relationship.
that's something to be made aware of, and go to God about it and see if it's time to move on.
Whatever you're sowing in your relationship now, you're gonna reap if you get married to this man. If you're sowing seeds of codependency, of not being able to work on your own things, of not hanging out with your friends as much because you have a boyfriend, it's not gonna change when you're married. In fact, it's
Gonna get worse.
It's only gonna get worse. So fix it now so you can have a good marriage later, because a marriage doesn't just put a band-aid on everything.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about a relationship, me and Kaitlyn were talking about it the other day. This is the one person you're going to spend an average of like 50 to 60 years with. You don't want to be miserable. You want a good partner who lifts you up, and you the same for him. You want a good partner where you guys both have a fun time together. We don't want to be miserable. We don't want our man to fill in the holes of our insecurity. So that's why it took this turn, because this is big, and I know it's big for you, which is why you're watching.
I think there's quality time and there's downtime. And when you're in a season where you're not married to your boyfriend yet, the smartest thing you can do right now is minimize the amount of downtime.
Minimize, that's a good word.
Minimize the amount of downtime with your boyfriend. Why? And when we say downtime, we mean sitting on the couch, laying in bed, not doing much. That's really not going to add too much to your relationship right now.
Right now.
And if you get married, you have your whole life for downtime, because you're going to be with them every day.
And I will just say, and I know Chandler's fine with me mentioning this, it runs true in our relationship. Lots of downtime for us led into little mistakes. It led into conflict that wasn't even necessary. It leads into me feeling emptier because I feel like I'm wasting my time. It doesn't even matter if you guys love each other and love to be around each other. Me and him both agreed, like, nobody should ever really spend 24/7 together, because
you'll still get annoyed.
You will still get annoyed. And also, it's like we are meant to have alone time with God, have a time with our friends, like be fulfilled in other ways. And I don't want to put the weight of my happiness and my good time and my like good sense of life on Chandler, because that's not fair to him, and that's not fair to us as well.
Because if you spend too much time with anyone, doesn't matter if you're that perfect Instagram cute couple, you're gonna get annoyed with each other. You're gonna get into fights over stupid things. It's just not productive for your life right now.
Some couples, you know, even if they don't get in fights and they're like literally best friends, they still fall short in other ways. They could actually rely on each other so much and have such a great time that it still distracts them from the things they have to do. Still distracts them from maybe forgetting that they themselves had dreams that they had years ago, and they're not
wrapped
fulfilling
up in their life.
Yeah,
That's really true.
Yeah, you know, not everyone it's fights.
There's other symptoms. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
We just want to give you a practical tip to how to even minimize the amount of downtime in your relationship, and that's get a hobby together. Find something in common that you two could both do, preferably like an outdoor fun hobby. Surfing, tennis, even going to the gym is
going to the gym, basketball, going to yoga, going to the beach to watch sunsets instead of like hanging indoors. Hanging with friend groups for poker night. Those are all hobbies. I wanted to throw out some ideas.
Comment down below too any more you think of. And it doesn't have to be something that you love right now. It could be something that you two are both going to challenge each other on. Keeps things exciting, keeps things fun, and it minimizes the downtime.
If you're thinking, crap, that's a good idea, but my boyfriend, he wouldn't do a new hobby with me. He wouldn't want to. That's really real too. So if that's the case, I would ask you to pray about it, to pray about your relationship, to ask God for wisdom, discernment, and help in your relationship. Why? Because the little things really matter. Ask yourself, are you ready to marry a man who you might have to fight to just do something fun with? Some of you might have a boyfriend who just likes to do some stuff, and then you guys go get your McDonald's, and then you just go back home and do nothing. That's not healthy. If that's all you do, I can tell you that's not healthy. I mean, if that's the kind of life you want to live, Okay, but you deserve better. You can have better. Doesn't matter what thing you've done in your past. Doesn't matter what your relationship is composed of right now. You deserve to have a life worth living, worth being proud of, and one where you feel pure in heart.
And ask yourself, what is the majority of my relationship comprised of?
Yeah.
Because this isn't from a place of judgment, but guys, a lot of girls waste time in relationships that are all about sex.
A lot of you, if that's you, because you're insecure for some reason, because you don't think you can get better, because you just want any guy that will date you. You've never had a real stable man in your life, so this is the first one, and you're just gonna keep him, and maybe I'll get along. Hey, this is how my life will be. Maybe you have sex with him to keep him. I'm really grateful you came onto this video, because
I'm so grateful.
We see you, we know those lies, and you don't have to live like that.
No. We all want that cute, fun, best friend relationship. And when we look on a piece of paper at the majority of where you and your boyfriend are spending your time, if it's just having sex and then sleeping over and doing downtime
and watching him play Xbox,
girl, like, I don't know your boyfriend, but you need to ask if he really is ready for a real woman in his life right now. He might not be. And you need to ask, what do you really want? Because those type of best friend cute relationships, they do hobbies together, they have fun, they're hanging out with friends. They both have a goal in mind. They both crow each other. Just one more practical tip. Bring your boyfriend to hang out with some of your friends. Go hang out with other couples. Yes. Go to church together. Spend that time with your boyfriend with other people, because that's a really fun shift.
And I hope you appreciate your boyfriend for who he is, because the man he is right now, we can only change ourselves. We can't change him. So you just got to expect that. Could you marry him if he is the way he is right now? With all this information, read what's going on in your mind. Give it to God. Start praying about it. But you got this. I want you to appreciate him for the man he is, because he ain't perfect either. I think a work is about to start happening in your life, in his life.
You deserve a God-loving man who's going to set the standard for you, who's gonna lead you, who is a good friend to you, who you have a good time with. And literally DM us on Instagram if you want relationship advice or if you want us to pray for you.
Do not forget to subscribe in order to get these videos in your channel, whatever it's called, on your YouTube thing.
Just subscribe, alright?
Subscribe, join our family. We are your best friends.
We love you
so much. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.